Hello everybody, my name is Aceface. We're in the system of Halima, not that new Halima kind of doctrine made by code. I think it has something to do with this system right here, but at least it's Halima, not new Halima. So we're here and we're going to be doing some Winter Nexus sites, and we're going to be doing it in a particularly classic ship or well-known ship, namely an Apocalypse, as you can see right here. The reason I wanted to actually do this these sites in the Apocalypse to begin with was because I just really like the look of the Apocalypse. The Apocalypse, I think, actually looks better than the Paladin, in my opinion. Okay, I know it might be controversial, but I think the Tech 1 variant of the Paladin, the classical Apocalypse, looks a lot better than the Paladin itself. And I really like this white skin here. I also like the Canid skin over here. But I also like this white one here, and right now while we're in the winter mood, you know, with all the snow and everything, and the Winter Nexus, I feel more in the mood to have this white skin right here. I think it looks really, looks very glorious on the skin. The ship right here looks majestic. It looks very, majestic. The Cannon skin looks very, a stealthy, very, special ops kind of style, but I think this looks very majestic, this white one over here. So I feel like it's quite appropriate considering it's the winter time and all the snow, so we're going to be rocking this right here. And one thing I just need to quickly do is repair my pulse lasers, because I've actually damaged them a bit from overheating trying to outcompete people. So we're going to go here and repair our ship. If we go here, right click, get repair code, repair. Okay, so the Winter Nexus sites, they're not going to be existing for a whole lot longer. In the beginning of January sometime they're going to be ending. It's pretty much soon, the beginning of January, or might even be when this video comes out. But I really like this event because it's just so simple. Anything really can do it as long as you have enough tank, like in a battleship. It's just so very simple. Just one wave destroyed and that's it. Just the main thing is to have a decent amount of tank. So if we go on this fit right here, it is fit with a pretty decent amount of tank. Reactive armor hardener, multispectrum, damage control, and a dark blood large armor repair. So it is a bit of tank needed right here. That's, I guess, the main limiting factor for these sites. But there's not a whole lot of NPCs you need to destroy. Oh, the warp sound was pretty loud. We'll turn that down a bit. If we go into the, I think it's secondary interfaces right here. Oh, okay. Ship ambience. There we go. We'll turn this down a bit. We are rocking the Grappler and the Webifier. Now, the Webifier is really good because this is a Federation Navy variant, and there are many NPCs that start to orbit you around the 13-14 kilometer mark, so this is very useful with the 14 kilometer range. And then Grapplers are almost always what you want to have if you're facing small stuff in a battleship, because it's just so effective compared to a Webifier. But you can only fit one Grappler on your ship, so that's why we've only got one here. We've got the Webifier to aid a little bit. Oh, there's a practice already here. Probably not going to be able to steal any loot from this person. Oh, wait, that guy is going really fast. Let's see if we can maybe potentially grab it. I don't know. I don't think so. It seems like he's already shooting. Yeah, we'll see. Okay, he's already started to... He just started the boss. So we'll see if we can maybe get through this wave right here. We're going to see if we can deploy some drones on this guy as well. Infiltrators. I should have actually done it earlier, deploy the infiltrators, but maybe the damage type is pretty good that we've got right here with the mega pulse lasers. Could be a possibility that we'll win the competition. We'll see. Is it? What? Yeah, we actually managed to win. Oh, whoa. Okay, this is Apocalypse. Was pretty fast right there. But it is, I mean, you can get the same amount of DPS as this is a practice pretty easily. We've got triple heat sinks. I've got max skills with the Conflag and the Pulse Laser 2s. And then I've also got some damage implants in as well that increase my Pulse Laser speed. So you can definitely easily, a lot more easier than I've got in the Apocalypse, get more DPS in a praxis. But it's also a bit to do with the damage type as well. The EM damage is pretty good against the Sanshas. So that's also one benefit you have with this ship right here. Also, if you're going with missiles in the praxis, then it'll take a little bit of time for them to travel and approach the target. So, you know, I can claim some rewards. I've not been too keen on completing all these challenges right here for this site, or this Winter Nexus event we've got right here. And there's two reasons. One is that I've not had a whole lot of time in real life. This takes a bit of grinding to get here, but also because these rewards are not too enticing for me to really be worth the time as well. These skins are not my favorite skins right here. I remember we had the Angel Cartel event not so long ago. Oh, actually, no, it was actually quite a while ago, almost a year ago. But we had this Macarial skin we could get, and that was like the last reward you could get. You know, you can see like you got the last reward here, Gila Aurora Universalis. The last skin you could get in this Angel Cartel event was this Macarial. Where is this now? It is not even in the store because you can't get it in the store. It's a Pentis skin. I think this skin looks amazing right here, and you couldn't even sell it, so you can't even see it here in the market. So that's why it's very special. So that's why I was really, oh, I need to get that skin, But as well, I had more time right there, because right now it's soon exam time for me at university, and like after a full day of studying, then it's nice to sit back, like chill a little bit with EVE Online. But I don't play as much now than I have been before. You can see here it's a bit later at the in the EU time zone, a little bit late, just because I've been studying all day. Now it's time to sit back and relax with a little bit of EVE Online. Okay, let's see now. What have we got here? We have got the we need to repair. Yeah, that's what we need to do. Repair. Oh, it's not got any quantum core. That's unfortunate. It is like that sometimes when you've got the structures, they don't have a quantum core. Something I'm not too used to, because it used to be back in the day always that you didn't need to have these quantum cores. You just repair any structure. Now you have to have like always this quantum core in. I don't think you can check it, but anyway, if there's a way you can check the quantum core, yeah, okay, core absent. There was a big sign right there. But I do remember that it has been at one point that there was a structure I was trying to repair, and it didn't have a quantum core. And you look now, can you see? It doesn't say quantum core absent. So that's why, look, you can see it doesn't say, it only says when you're close. So you have to have already spent time and warped to be able to find out that you're not able to repair. That's a bit annoying. Maybe it's there to like security measures, because I think the structure is a bit more vulnerable if they don't have quantum cores. I'm not 100% sure. I'm a real big noob to structures because I've never had any reason to have a structure myself. So I've never really considered looking into how structure anchoring works. Many people will think that, oh, you're flying all these really expensive ships, and then how do you not even know how structures work? It's just the thing is, in EVE Online, there's so many different things you can do, and you can be really specialized in certain things. You don't, just because you're really like experienced with one thing doesn't mean you're very experienced with another thing. Okay. We've got some more combat sites here. There's one site right here, and there's a Gersta's Refuge as well. You can use the Reactive Armor Hardener. You know, something that I was considering to do in the future is to do an epic arc. I think that'll be quite a fun journey with you guys, because I really like story missions, story kind of games. But there's not a whole lot of them that I like, but a good story game, that's something I love a lot. Like, it's one of my favorite kinds of games. That's why when I had the EVE Online tutorial, the way you had a bit of a story there, I really thought that was good. Because generally speaking, I like a lot of the relaxing kind of PvE style of gameplay of EVE Online. And when they add a bit of story to it, that is something I really like a lot. So I'm thinking of doing epic arcs in the future. I have done one before, but that was quite a long time ago. We can go through it together. And I think that you can actually earn quite a bit of good ISK as well from it, because you've got like a final reward where you get some good rewards. You can get some special factional storyline modules when you complete these epic arcs, and they take quite a bit of time to do as well. So it'll be like a proper journey to go through if we pay attention to the lore as well. I wish they had a bit more voice lines though, because that really makes a big difference in my opinion to the immersiveness of a story when you have the voice lines. How far is this away? 12 kilometers. Okay, we can deploy this mobile track team right here. The reason why I wanted to start with an epic arc is because I've been recently playing this game called New World. It's a kind of MMORPG, and there's a big emphasis on like the main story there. You just main story quests, and that's the main thing you do. And I kind of wish the EVE Online had something like that, like a main storyline quest that took a long time to do. You've obviously got like the L4 missions, but they're not really, I wouldn't really say they're much storyline. They're just like small quests you do. Like there's a main storyline in this game called New World. And for you guys who don't know what it is, New World is like a kind of MMORPG game where it's like a medieval theme where you're like, you know, warriors and the knights, this kind of stuff. A bit like World of Warcraft, you could say, with magic and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, I really loved the aspect of how it was so relaxing. I just always go back to the game and do my storyline. Here in EVE Online, I feel like I go here and I do my L4 missions, but I don't feel like I'm making the same progress as I am in New World, because you can think of this game New World, there's like a really long storyline. Like it takes you probably, I don't know how long, but at least 150 to 100 hours of gameplay to complete it. So always when I log into that, I'm thinking that, oh, okay, I'm making progress to my storyline. Here, it's more like, okay, I'm just doing the same missions over and over again, cycle. But it's more like, it feels more like I've got a goal there. And I kind of wish there was the same thing in EVE Online. I've not been doing at least anything really similar to that. And then it made me think of, okay, yeah, we've got epic arcs, and it's I guess the closest resemblance to that. Epic arcs still don't take a whole long time to complete, but they are a lot longer to complete than the classic L4 missions. So I think we'll be doing that, and we might even be doing it in this Apocalypse as well, because I just think this ship looks so damn good. The way this ship, it looks like a special Amarian ship when you've got the purity of the throne skin. It looks whole, like, it looks premium. It looks premium, I think. The only thing that doesn't look too premium is that we've got like a little bit, I feel like the back part is a bit dirty right here. They need to clean that a little bit as well. Okay, we've got the loot right there. Grab this loot. We'll see what we've got right here. 8 million, hardly anything. But we've got some pacifier skin though. Not seen that before. Only 1 million though, it's not so much. Okay. There's another site right here. We'll go to this, take this out. So, apart from Epic Arcs, that's also a reason why I wanted to go here and do these Sanshas Nation sites in the Winter Nexus, because it's a very chill activity. I just go here, make progress towards my goal here, even though they're not really particularly enticing rewards, but it's still something I just go in, do, don't really have to think much. It's not like Abyss where I have to be super focused. Just go here, shoot up the NPCs, and like really have to be a little bit focused when, or like try to make an effort when other people are competing. Otherwise it's a pretty relaxing activity, I find, and that's what I like about this. Oh, there was a Gnosis there. It'd be pretty easy to outcompete them. Have our medium drones? No, they've not taken any damage. Drone damage is a bit of an issue right here in these sites, but main damage is from the pulse lasers. We're just going to be focusing on the drones when we're in the boss, really. It's not really worth. I feel like my brain energy to manage these drones in the meantime. Is there an MTU? No, there's no MTU. Okay, we'll deploy our MTU. Launch there. Can approach our MTU. Could have put. It would be nice to have like a tractor beam, but instead now we have an MTU. Is the best we can have, because we've got 8 high slots and all for guns. We don't want to, you know, waste the high slot for gun slot on a tractor beam. And also mobile tractor units, I mean, it does the job just as well with it as a tractor beam. I think it might be a tiny bit slower when it comes to locking up, because with a tractor beam you can just lock stuff up and shoot straight away. I think it takes a bit of time for the mobile tractor unit to lock onto like the boss wreck and pull it in, but still I think it's overall not a big difference. And we don't use any kind of slot on our ship to waste when we're using the mobile tractor unit, apart from a bit of cargo. But we've got quite a bit of cargo in the Apocalypse. 800 cubic meters. The dual webs, or the Grappler web, seems to do a pretty good job of tracking this small stuff. But when I have issues with tracking, if I still have issues with tracking, so there was a nice grazing shot of 900 damage, so that was pretty decent. But if I do have problems with tracking, something I can do is actually use the Imperial Navy. The Imperial Navy Multifrequency is pretty good for tracking, because it's got a high tracking value. You can see a 6.0 tracking compared to Conflagration. It's got 4.26. You can just pop it like that. Boop. I think that sometimes it just hits it anyway, and you're anyway doing more damage with Conflagration. So there's a bit of like a ups and downs to these two ammo types. But if you have issues with tracking, I prefer to go with the Imperial Navy Multifrequency, just because of that increased tracking value right there. Conflagration. Look up this guy right here. I'm not even going to bother overheating, because I know that we're going to win this right here against this Gnosis. We're just going to wait until he aggresses us. This boss right here. What's our optimal range as well? 22 kilometers, okay. Let's see if we can maybe grapple him a little bit. Stop right here. Oh, this guy seems to be wanting to bump me a little bit. I wonder if he's going to just snag the loot. It wouldn't surprise me if he does. Drama in these sites can be pretty dirty from time to time. Okay, let's see now. Have we got the wreck there? Okay, there we go. Now I want to just make sure he doesn't grab it, because it has happened on the way there that someone once grabbed it. Like I once had got a wreck, and then my MCU was pulling it in, and then once the some guy just went by and just snagged it on the way there. So I'm just going to try to open this up straight away if I can. And grab it. Oh, it's already went in the mobile track tune. Okay. So now 5 million, not so much ISK right there. You can get a lot more. There's one more on the lower side. Okay, there's one here. 2 AU away. Let's go and grind some more sites.
Active.
We've got some challenges right here. The snowball fight. We added 5 nation ships. Okay, defeat enough Sancho raiding vessels. Fleet battleship will arrive. Okay, that's all we need to do is just do the same thing. It seems like just destroy the battleship at the end to get that challenge to be completed. I wonder if they've got any decent kinds of offers when it comes to the winter time on skins. They can sometimes have that. They got these Yule Star ones, but I'm not a big fan of them. Let's go here. See if there's anyone nearby. There's no one nearby. Jumpity jump.
Warp drive active.
We've not barely taken any shield damage at all, or armor damage with this reactive armor hardener. So we've not even had the opportunity to have our reactive armor hardener ramp up to a particular damage type. It's been destroying stuff so fast because there's always been people here, and we've been destroying stuff pretty quickly. But now probably will be happening that our reactive armor hardener will have to work as well as our armor repair because of how there's no one here to help us or to assist in the destruction of the Sancho fleet. So we'll put the Apocalypse to a bit of a bigger test right here, but it'll handle it no problem. Reduce heat damage and increase thermal resistance. And that increased thermal resistance is pretty good for the Sanchos because they do a bit of thermal damage as well as EM damage. I think it's about a 50-50 split, EM and thermal. I think it's a bit more biased towards the EM, but almost half, 50-50 EM and thermal. We'll lock these guys up right here. I've noticed that in this system it doesn't seem like we've got so much snow. And I think that has something to do with the metaliminal storm variability. There's like these metaliminal storms, it's like weather you could say, of these, like these ones here, volatile ice storm. And as you can see here, it says weak, so that's exactly what I thought. Because I think that it's like we've got a weak storm here. That's why I can't see much snow particles. Because if you're in a strong one, I think you can see a lot of snow particles. And that would be quite fun to see. We could actually maybe go to like a strong one and just see the difference in what it looks like. Because it will probably look very like cozy with all the snow going on. Because you can really see snow in the space like falling down. Even though it doesn't really make any sense with, you know, the whole space everything. But seeing snow just looks really cool. I think it looks really nice. Oof, 1.3k damage glancing offshore with the multi-frequency right here. Yeah, okay, grazing shots now. But the Federation Navy Stasis Webifier is really good to have, even though it is a bling module. It's not that expensive for being a bling module. I think it was 50 or 60 million. You can get like heat sinks that are blinked, like Imperial Navy heat sink and that kind of stuff. Usually costs 90, 100 million, but this costs like I think 50, 60 million, something like that. And for how good, or like how much extra bonus you get from this Webifier, I think it totally is worth it, because it first of all has less CPU, and then it has a really good range of 14 kilometers. So a lot of this stuff is able to be reached with this reliably. Like you can see this Sancho guy over here is orbiting at 12 kilometers. Let's take a look at him. Yeah, you can see he's orbiting very consistently at 12 kilometers. We won't even be able to at all utilize the Tech 2 Webifier, like its capabilities right here. So it'll just be a dead module if this guy is at this range. We could obviously try to get close, but we've not got any prop mod. We could also overheat the Tech 2 one, but it's not nice to, you know, have to rely on overheating. So we'll just be doing so much more damage when we use the Grappler plus the Webifier right here. That's going to be functioning 100% all the time. Oh, we've got a rattlesnake, so we're going to have to try like a very try hard here to outcompete. Oh, that guy warped off. Okay, he didn't try competing. Yeah, I thought he was going to compete. Okay, let's see now. Got Sanshas Dire White Stormlord. No need to overheat right here. Okay, shoot him up. See if our reactive arm hardness starts doing my, and all now it's spooled up pretty much. I think it was, you can see it's got a bit of explosive and kinetic damage right there. So I think the initial wave, they have got a bit like a mixed damage type with explosive and kinetic. But now when we come to the boss, at least, it's going to be majority is going to be EM. And no, it's not. Okay, we see here. Yeah, look at that. It's Omni damage right here. Okay. I had no idea that it was Omni damage in the bosses right here. I was very certain that it was particularly EM and thermal, but there you go. You see, we've got Omni damage on this guy. It could also be that they vary as well. I can Webify this guy. He's going very fast. Well, it feels like he's going fast. I can see the battleship moving right there. Oh no, our white paint job has been destroyed. Oh no, it looks so ruined. Oh, it's going to be repaired very soon with our armor repair. That not only is an armor repair, also a paint repairer. It repairs the paint of the ship. Almost got fully repaired right there. Got the loot in right here. 13 million. Okay, we've got some ISK right there. We can go and try to see if we can find some like strong storms. See if we can find a strong one. We can see the appearance of a strong one. I think it's the red one right here because I've got the cog color by metaliminal storm. So I'm guessing the red one means that it's a strong storm. And if we look where we are right now, where are we? Where are we? In here in Halima. And you can see that there's like a metaliminal storm and it's very like small. You can barely see the marker right there. It'll be fun to see the strong storm. I wonder if the NPCs are going to be any different as well. Interesting to see if they'll be any different, because I feel like they were at one point EM and thermal damage on the boss, and I think that they also were giving more bounties as well. I thought it was like 5 million bounty at one point. Maybe it's a low-sec one I'm confusing it with. We'll see. Go here to the adjacent systems. An Apocalypse in Kaldari space looks a bit out of place, but you know, the Amarians are actually allied to the Kaldari people, so it's not too uncommon compared to Galente and Minmatar ship. But I feel like when we're going with the Amar ship right here, we should be in Amarian space. Okay, but you can clearly see that in this system we've got a bit of a stronger type of weather effect, and wow, there's a lot of sites right here. We'll go to Ikao. We'll see the strong storm, because see now it says here strong volatile ice storm. Now I wonder, let's see if we've got, look, you can see here it's orange, so there maybe there's a difference between this one right here, the red one, and the orange one. We'll see, but maybe there's not, because I don't feel like I've seen any like stronger weather effect compared to how it looks like here in the background. We'll continue our journey in the apocalypse. We'll see what we can find. Mega pulse laser. Laser down these Sanja. They're very cruel. They're all slaves, actually. They're people that they've abducted from like star systems and planets, and they put cybernetic implants in them so they can't control themselves. So that's the way the Sanja work. Most of them are slaves. Okay, it doesn't seem like there's any difference right here. 25%. Maybe there's a 20 different number there. And a 25% resistance, or 25% of overloading modules and 10% thermal resistance, but it still says strong volatile ice storm. Okay, but we'll go here and check this out. There's a lot of people here. 70 people here. Okay. Swap to this side. MBI. Almost like FBI, but MBI. I really like these warp sounds. It's like you're really ramping up the ship's warp drives. You can feel it. Unlike the sounds that they had before. I still like the old sounds. I feel like Evil Line always had pretty good sounds, like pretty immersive sounds. That was one of the things I loved about it. Even when I started getting into it in like 2015, I remember I tried a trial account for the first time. I still remember the warp sound. I was like, really, oof, this sounds pretty good. Well, pretty good for a warp sound. But I think these sound even better. The ones I've got now sounds a lot more like we're actually moving with our ship in warp space or warp speed.
Active.
Jump through this gate. I wonder if the NPCs are going to be any different. I think it says the same thing. Forward base. We also have more tank here because that increased thermal resistance, so that's pretty nice. We'll have an easier time tanking. Deploy the MTU. Launch this. I've got this domination multispectrum over here because I used this initially for this fit. I changed it a little bit to the Imperial Navy multispectrum energized membrane that gives more resistances. This module though is pretty good. The one right here. Because it uses no CPU, or just uses one CPU, I think. Maybe one power grid, I can't remember. But very little fitting requirements. So if you want to have some, you've got like a low slot free, but very little CPU and power grid, and want to have increased armor resistances, then multi-spectrum coatings are what you want to have. Okay, we'll go for these cruisers first to do a little bit more damage, then we'll go for the little frigates afterwards. We don't have the range for the Webifier. What's the overheated range? 18 kilometers, okay, that's pretty decent range though. For Web. Okay, now we're getting some hits in right here. I think the Webifier is also going to, the Grappler takes a little bit of effect. You can see this guy's 240, 250, this guy's 220, so it's very ineffective, this Grappler, but it's still doing something at this range because of just how the grapplers work, because they say within 11 kilometers range, but they still work outside the 11 kilometer range, just not as effective. It's a little bit like that. You've got like an effective range. The closer you are, the better. So when you're really close, it'll be like 80% reduction in speed. They'll be even more effective than this Webifier. Okay, we can now use the Webifier right there. Now this guy's going to severely go down in speed. You can see that right there. Goodbye. Use our armor repair. Go for the little frigates right here. Maybe snipe them off the field. 1.4k damage right there. That was pretty decent. I would like to use my drones, but they're going to just get sniped really fast, so I'm just going to keep shooting them with my pulse lasers that seem to be doing just fine right now. Had a little bit of tracking issues in the beginning, but I feel like now that they're getting closer, it's alright. I remember they had this Mimitar event like this summer, I think it was, and there they had NPCs there that I had hard times tracking because they were like with afterburners at 700 meters a second, frigates, and then they're going at like 20 kilometer range, something like that. So it was hard to find something with good enough tracking that could hit out to that range. It was pretty difficult, and plus they've got the afterburners that are very good for speed tanking weapons in the big ships. Okay, that's going pretty smooth right there with the Imperial Navy. Maybe we can switch over to Conflag, see if it makes any difference. Oh, no. Grazing shot, not good. But we can go for the cruiser with Conflag at least. I know that we can do that. That is definitely something we can try. Look at that, he is. Shoot him. Shoot him away with the Conflagration Tech 2 Mega Pulse lasers. Going crazy on the Sanshas. And they're not hitting that much. Okay, we got 1.5k hit there. But I felt like he should have died quick. Okay, now we're getting some big hits. Okay, nice. Those beams look epic when you see them just going here from the side. Oof, oof, they look really epic. You know, it's important to have ships that look good. I've mentioned this many times before on my channel, but it's important to have ships that you think look good, perform good as well. In the case of the Apocalypse, I sometimes feel like crying when I see how it performs. Like, it really doesn't perform that well, at least for PvE. It's got, like, the pulse lasers use so much capacitor. Like, if we go here on my fit, just equip the conflagration or repair a little bit. If we go here, simulate, you see here, I cap minus 22, turn this off, 39 gigajoules, all from the guns. Like, that is so much capacitor usage from the guns. The DPS is not the best. You can get better with hybrid guns and that kind of stuff. And it's like there's, and then there's also the way it's like the tracking is not as good as, say, for example, blasters. I mean, it's good that you got the good range. That's one thing that's really nice about the Apocalypse. It's like a sniper type ship. So that's at least one good thing about it. But otherwise, it's just the weapon system is just so cap hungry. It's so hard to fit it to be consistent in PvE. We've blinged this ship quite a bit. That's why it's pretty consistent. Otherwise, the tank is neither bonus in any way or form. That's also another thing that's pretty annoying about this. So we have a lot of problems with this ship. It's not that I mean, it's not problematic, but it's not as optimal. Say, I don't know, for example, say Dominic's. So Dominic's is really good for PvE. You got the good drones, the good damage, the good tracking of the drones, and you've overall got a little bit easy time to fit tank because you've got the whole drone situation going on. The drones don't use all that capacity and everything, so they're actually they go really well. They go really well. Oh, is this guy taking my loot? I think he's taking my loot. Oh no, he took my loot. Oh, that's how it goes sometimes. That was actually what I was talking to you guys about. Is that when the stuff is being pulled by the MTU, it can sometimes happen that people just pull it on the way there. We'll go to the next side, see if we can get some decent loot from it. You see, you got 20th overseer personal things. I think that is pretty expensive. Yeah, oof. he was pretty lucky right there. He managed to get it when I got a 20th Overseer personal effects. That's a decent amount of loot. Alright, that's the name of the game. That's how it works. People steal loot. People steal wrecks. That's EVE Online for you. Nothing, there's no like inherent right or wrong in this game. I was still pretty happy though that we were able to outcompete a rattlesnake. I mean, a rattlesnake can do a lot of DPS and we were able to outcompete them, and I think it's got a lot to do with the damage type is good. I think at least these Sanshas, they do have low EM and thermal resist, and then we're doing instant damage as well. Takes time for the drones, the missiles to hit the NPC when it comes to the Sanshas that are located a little bit distance. Takes time for those drones to get close and apply damage. Okay, we'll load the mobile tractor right here. There they come there, the frigates are coming right here. Alright, we'll take them out then. Grappler and Webifier. He's too far away from my Webifier, so we'll actually go for these little frigates first. Wait until those the cruisers get in range. We'll use the Imperial Navy Multifrequency. Oh, that was a 1.7k glancing shot. Pretty decent right there. Oof. Go there and go Imperial Navy. Take him out. Oh, you see that battle cruiser over there? He went and warped out. Did like a big warp. Let's see now. He's just in range, out of range of our Webifier. Now we can maybe use it. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Webifier, Webifier. There we go. There we go. That's gonna go super slow. This cruiser right here. Yeah, there we go. Okay, we now can use Conflagration as well. Great, great, great. Super smooth, super smooth. Now we can armor repair as well. We've got the damage type adapting sort of slowly but surely. I think it's a lot more difficult to tank as well in the beginning, not only because there's more DPS, but because I think these guys do a little bit all types of damage types. So they're going to be mixing with your reactive armor hardener to not be so specific and making your overall tank a lot less. It's going to be spread out the resists. And then when towards the end you've only got like one type of NPC, like this guy for example. You can see he's doing predominantly EM. So now it's going to be more, we're going to take more advantage of our reactive armor hardener here too. Okay, we can go here and claim some rewards. Oh, the sun! Look at that sun! It looks so epic with the the skybox. The visuals of this game sometimes look just so great. Sanshas Dire White Stormlords, and okay, now we can see. And we didn't pay attention with the previous boss, but here we can see 2 million ISK. So it's not there's any particularly high amounts of bounty in the strong storms right here. Okay, we'll start repairing right here. I need to repair. Uh-oh, armor is going down quick. I think maybe it's reacted to the wrong damage type or something. Come on, Apocalypse. Don't die, Apocalypse. We've got pretty good tank modules and we're still having a little bit of a hard time tanking as well. That's one thing with this site. You need a lot of tank. Quick, but you need a lot of tank. Okay, pop, gone. Alright, see what we get here. Hopefully something decent. Oh, look at that Apocalypse. It looks so poor, battered. Oh, well, our armor repair is going to do its magic, get us back to shiny clean hull. Okay, what have we got here? Anything interesting? 59 million. Okay, that's decent right there. What did it give that was worth a lot? Potent. Yeah, this one is what it's worth. Ooh, it's pretty decent. So you can basically, it seems like you can get quite a bit of ISK. Quite a bit of ISK if you're lucky. Like we saw before, we could have got the 20th Overseer personal effects. Here we got like a 39 million ISK boost. You can get a pretty decent amount of ISK. Let's see how much we've got in total right here. We've got a bit of a haul right here. We're going to do hide ammo, I think. 134 million, but I had a bit of stuff from before as well. A few sites I did before. Not a whole lot, but a few sites I did before. That's some nice Winter Nexus sites running though in the Apocalypse. I'm pretty happy about that. I'm pretty happy that this ship is able to do it well, and I'm pretty happy that this ship is able to do it well and look good at the same time, because I really like ships that you're able to do useful stuff with that look good, because many times I think the Purifier looks really good. I can't really do a whole lot of stuff with it. I feel like I would love to do more with it for how good it looks. Same thing with the Apocalypse. I would like to do a lot more with it, but only certain L4 missions and certain kinds of PvE sites I can do with it. I can't really do Triglavian invasion stuff. Well, I could do it, but it's not as effective as many other ships. But here, at least it works pretty decently. I'm pretty happy about that. We'll dock up here and repair Mega Pulse lasers to take quite a bit of damage right here.
Docking request accepted.
Little bit of ISK right there. We'll repair this. Repair. There we go. Alright, so that was a bit of Winter Nexus site running in the Apocalypse. Pretty smooth. It is a little bit of a bling fit too as well. It says 800 million, but it costs about like 600 million, something like that, because of all the loot we've got in here. But it works pretty well. I really love the look of the ship, and I'm glad we were able to outcompete quite a few people. Even though we got our loot stolen from us, we are still pretty effective at outcompeting other people. I'm pretty happy about that. Hope you guys enjoyed the video right here. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later.